Welcome to another episode of Battle Axe. I'm Joey the Jaw Danya alongside Bobby the Blade Bradford. As always, we're coming to you from the Bustin Axe Throwing Range in Dubuque, Iowa. It is week 7, the final week of this 7-week regular season. After tonight, the postseason field will be set. If you're new to the program, let's explain the rules of Battle Axe. There are 5 rings moving inward towards the bullseye. They're worth 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 points. The bullseye is worth 6 points. And then that small blue dot on the outermost ring, that's worth 8 points. It's what's called a kill shot. At any point during a match, a player can elect to go for a kill shot. If they hit it, they get 8 points. If they miss, they get nothing, and this is what everyone's competing for, Bobby.
Joey, that is the Bustin Axe Throwing Range Championship belt. We are 1 week away from crowning a champion. Matt, the Magic Man Bradshaw, is the current champion, and he's been bringing that belt around the throwing range recently, possibly trying to use it as an intimidation tactic to get into the heads of his fellow competitors.
Matt, the Magic Man Bradshaw, looking to keep that belt in his possession. And let's take a look at the league standings after 6 weeks of competition. Surprise, surprise, Matt the Magic Man leading the way. A perfect 24-0 on the season, averaging nearly 56 points per game. Behind Bradshaw, it's Chris D'Onofrio, Casey Nines, Cody Yoakum, Hannah Brussel, Eric Schizzle, Brandon Feenstra, Stephanie Prine, Sarah Fitting, and Beth Jen. Our first matchup of the day is going to feature Haley Shore. Haley's got a new throw, and here she is on getting comfortable with the new throw.
It's starting to get more normal than it was. It's definitely gotten me more consistency just in not being all over the board. So I'm trying to just stick with it, kind of get through it, find what works, what doesn't. But I'll take the consistency and more consistency over being all over the place.
Consistency, of course, the name of the game. Haley Shore looking to get things shored up here before the postseason begins. Here we go. Week number 7 underway. Sarah Fitting going to take on Haley Shore. So Shore and Fitting touch tips, and we are set to go here in this final week of the regular season, Bobby.
Yep, Haley coming in at 8-16. Sarah coming in at 10-14. Nice throw there by Sarah to get the match started. Could be a 5 there for Haley if it's popping through in the bottom part, but it is not. It is ruled a 4. But, Joey, I don't know if you can feel it, but there is definitely a different atmosphere here at the Bustin Axe Throwing Range tonight.
Yeah, there's just a real sense of excitement here in the atmosphere. These players know what's right around the corner.
They know what's right around the corner, and I wouldn't be surprised, Joey, if we see some aggressive kill shots. A nice throw there by Haley. Looks like a bullseye to even this matchup at 10-10 going into the third throw, but it's do or die right now. So next week is the double elimination tournament, Joey. And these players have to get comfortable with that kill shot if they want to advance and fight for that belt.
No doubt. We've already seen a lot of thrilling action when it comes to kill shots. Matches that have been completely won by the kill shot or lost.
Yep.
And that's certainly going to be the case when we get into the postseason as well. Can't wait.
Absolutely. So a couple 4s there for Haley and Sarah, all tied up at 14. And again, the great thing, Joey, about the double elimination tournament is that anyone can beat anybody. I mean, it's one thing to compete against your fellow league mate week in and week out, but Joey, once that tournament starts, everyone starts looking at their opponent in a completely different light because they know what's on the line.
And, of course, when it's double elimination, it's nice that you can go to that loser's bracket and work your way back. We've, of course, seen many players go to the loser's bracket and end up being crowned a champion.
Absolutely. Nothing like throwing with a little pressure.
So a nice throw there from Haley Shore. Her new throw is looking good thus far. We've got a tied game, 23-all after the first half. Shore and Fitting switch sides, and we are ready to go for the second half.
Yeah, Haley's coming in throwing 41.8 points per matchup. Sarah's throwing 44.1, so both players right along their average. It looks like Sarah wants a check here.
Jenny's going to come in and get a closer look, and it was worth a closer look for Sarah. It's a 5. That gives her a 2-point lead. Shore switched sides and had a little trouble getting adjusted her first 3 of the match.
Yeah, something definitely she wants to eliminate from her game. Nice throw there by both competitors. Nice response there by Sarah, or by Haley, excuse me.
So a great response from Shore, and Fitting has the answer. Couple bullseyes to keep it a 2-point game with 3 throws to go.
So Haley doing a nice job. She's got a couple bullseyes on her match so far. Definitely starting to dial in that throw. Of course, that 1-3 has been costly so far, but a nice throw there. Able to gain a point.
It's a 1-point game now with 2 throws to go. Sarah Fitting clinging to a 38-37 lead.
Well, these are the kind of high-pressure throws, Joey, that you're going to be experiencing not only this week but the following week as well. So each player, they're getting used to it, and we'll see how they respond.
4 Sarah, 4 Haley.
Well, a couple of 4s from Shore and Fitting,
Right.
so
Last throw.
Sarah Fitting
Sarah's up by
will
1.
bring a 1-point lead into the final throw. It's all going to come down to this.
I love it. I love when the matches come down to the last throw. You can always feel the tension in the air. Looks like that could be a 5 there for Sarah. It could. Oh, but a nice bullseye there. So depending on this ruling. Oh, and it's ruled a 4, Joey. So
Wow.
All right, good game.
instead of sudden death, we
46
have
Sarah,
a victory.
47 Haley.
Well, what a throw from Haley Shore, a bullseye to get the win, 47-46.
Well, that's the kind of throw you want to have under your belt going into the Week 8 tournament here, Joey. I mean, just high-pressure throw, just ice in her veins. Haley Shore with a wonderful bullseye there on the 10th throw to snatch the victory away from Sarah Fitting here. And that one blemish of the 3 on her 6th throw, really that's about it. I mean, and for Sarah as well, throwing a 46 above her average of 44.1. So a really nice round by her. She just came out on the short end of the stick here.
Haley Shore improving to 9-16 on the season. That new throw is looking good with the postseason right around the corner. Our next competitor is going to be Beth Jen. Here she is on her progress this season.
I'm thrilled with where I'm at. I'm like right in the middle of the pack, and I never thought this being my second season that I would be in the middle, like solidly, consistently in the middle. So I'm very happy with that, and I feel like every week that I come down, my practice, my warm-ups, things are just getting more consistent and better for me each week, and just developing that muscle memory that is going to allow me to make some adjustments in game if I need to.
Well, Beth Jen looking for consistency as well.
Absolutely. Every player's working on that, especially going into the Week 8 tournament. But excited for this matchup, Joey.
Stephanie Prine ready to take on Beth Jen.
Two familiar foes here going up against each other. Stephanie coming in at 13-11, Beth at 9-15. But Stephanie averaging 45 points per game, Beth averaging 43.8, Joey. So very, very close in their average scores here.
Stephanie?
This should be a good one. Stephanie Prine out to the early lead with a 5, while Beth Jen throws a 4.
Yeah, both players doing a really good job of progressing their game. Still getting stuck in that vortex a little bit, but eliminating drops, eliminating the 2s and 3s from their game. Of course, I say that, and then Beth just throws a 3, it looks like. But nice throw there by Stephanie to throw a bullseye. But again, Joey, getting rid of those mistakes is really an important part of any player's progression. We all know how important it is going into that Week 8 tournament.
Yeah, if you want to make a run in the postseason, you really just can't have mistakes. Correct. And Stephanie Prine out to a great start here. She's got a 4-point lead after 2 throws.
Looks like a couple 4s there. I'm going to get a ruling, though. Could be popping through in the top part of that blade. But it is ruled a 4. But yeah, Joey, as we've seen throughout the league and other leagues past, I mean, the 4s do not cut it in the Week 8 tournament. They can only get you so far.
Oh, Beth Jen wearing a unicorn shirt. It says magical. She must be looking for a magical performance here and perhaps a unicorn.
Nothing like envisioning the future, right, Joey? So a nice bullseye there by Stephanie. Already 2 bullseyes within her first 4 throws. So 21-15, a commanding 6-point lead for Stephanie Prine. So she is locked in the zone right now.
Stephanie Prine playing in postseason form already here in week number 7. Another bullseye. Back-to-back bullseyes. Stephanie's the one that should be wearing the unicorn shirt. She's got a shot at it right here.
Yeah, she's got to change sides here. So after 5 throws, they'll switch lanes, but a chance at a unicorn. Let's see if she can do it. Oh, and off the mark. It looks like that could be a 5, though, Joey, if it's popping through in the middle part of that blade. Jenny's going to get a closer look.
4, Stephanie.
So the initial ruling's a 4. Looks like Jenny's leaving the door open for her to challenge, but Stephanie elects not to challenge. Still has an impressive 8-point lead, though, going into the 7th throw. Beth has some work to do.
Yeah, just 4 throws to go. Beth Jen is going to have to get hot in a hurry.
You can see it. Nice throw there by Stephanie. But, yeah, it looks like Beth's release point's just a little off. Not as confident of the throws we've seen from her in the past. Kind of getting stuck in that vortex, as you can see, Joey. all fours except for that 3 on the second throw.
And Stephanie Prine continues to pour it on, her third bullseye in her last 4 throws. She's on fire right now.
She absolutely is on fire. That looks like that's a 4 there. Could be popping through maybe for a 5, but
4, Stephanie.
yeah, I think it's right on that line. So ruled a 4, but still a 10-point lead, Joey, going into the 9th throw. So, man, Stephanie is playoff ready.
And with this big of a lead,
You got to wonder.
yeah, you got to wonder on the 9th or 10th throw, perhaps she'll try a kill shot.
Right. Well, we know that points are what determine the seeding for the Week 8 competition, so I bet she just wants to get those points, but
5,
I know it's
Stephanie.
probably in the back of her brain, though, thinking about going for that kill shot.
All right, last throw.
So a
Stephanie's up by
10-point lead
10.
for Stephanie Prine here going into the final throw. She'll look to put a bow on this one.
Yeah, definitely going to improve her average score as long as she eliminates a drop from this throw, and it, of course,
Alright,
ties it with a
bullseye,
bow and a
Stephanie.
nice bullseye there on her
Alright,
6th
good
throw.
game.
What a round for
40 Beth.
Stephanie Prine.
52, Stephanie.
52
Yeah.
to get the win over Beth Jen. She's pumped up.
She's pumped up, and rightfully so. I mean, a 52, a very impressive score. Again, like I said, her average score was 45 going into this game, so blew past that, and as you can see there, Joey, 5 bullseyes in the round, so very impressive there. No 3s, a couple 4s, and most importantly, no drops. So really nice job by Stephanie with an impressive score with the tournament right around the corner. And then for Beth, as you can see there, just got stuck in that vortex, 3 and a 5 on her 2nd and 3rd throw, otherwise nothing but 4s, something she's going to have to keep working on heading into next week. But we've seen her make a run in the tournament before, so we know she's got it in her.
And if Stephanie Prine can play like this, she's going to be able to make a deep run in the postseason. Let's get a recap now with Stephanie on this matchup.
I don't know. I just was not really thinking about competing against her. I was just more like going through my mental checklist, like just kind of more in the zone, pretending like it was practice and not a game. So yeah, I just stayed out of my head a little bit, which I can throw when I stay out of my head. So
It is such a mental game, and Stephanie Prine's in a good spot right now. Much more Battle Axe still to come. Stay tuned for more here on MC22. Welcome back to Battle Axe here on MC22. I'm Joey Danya alongside Bobby Bradford. As always, we're coming to you from the Bustin Axe Throwing Range in Dubuque, Iowa. It's the final week of this 7-week regular season. After today's action, we're going to have the postseason field set for the double elimination postseason tournament to crown a champion. Matt the Magic Man Bradshaw is the defending champion, and he's ready to take on Casey Laser Wolf Nines, a couple of the old guards of Battle Axe going head-to-head here in Week 7, Bobby.
Yep, Matt coming in at a perfect 24-0, Casey at 19-5. As you said, Joey, a classic matchup. Nice through there by Laser Wolf to get things started. Looks like that could be a bullseye.
Was that Casey? 5, Matt?
But yeah, these two Titans have competed many, many a time, and Casey searching for his first Battle Axe championship. So we know how important this matchup is right before the playoffs. Let's set the tone.
Nines, of course, has been so close so many times. He's of course, appeared in championship matchups, just hasn't been able to get over that hump to get the championship belt.
Absolutely. So it looks like a couple 5s there. So Casey with a 1-point lead over the Magic Man going into the 3rd throw. Casey averaging about 50.1 points per game. Matt averaging an impressive 55.8, nearly 56 points per game. Oh, and the axe getting away from Casey there.
That one's probably still a 4,
Casey,
fortunately
bullseye,
for
Matt?
Casey. But just like that,
Yep.
Matt the Magic Man Bradshaw turns a 1-point deficit into a 1-point advantage.
Well, Joey, that's a great example right there of how devastating a 4 can be in these high-level competitions. Nice response there. It looks like that could be a 5, possibly a 6 if that butcher is popping
bullseye,
through.
Matt.
Jenny's going to need a
5,
closer
Casey.
look, and it is a 5, though. So
Yeah.
Matt with the opportunity
Fifth
for
throw,
a
Matt is
for a
up by
unicorn.
2.
Great start for the Magic Man, to no surprise. He's got a 2-point lead after 4 throws.
Just a wonderful-looking axe there that Magic Man has. And it's
Bullseye,
getting the
bullseye.
job done. So a couple bullseyes there for each competitor. Matt with a 2-point lead going into the turn.
Our first unicorn here in Week 7 And it comes from the Magic Man. Bradshaw and Nines switch sides and get set to go for the second half.
And, of course, Matt, known for his trademark pants, always coming in fashionable.
5 Casey, bullseye Matt.
Just keeping on that bullseye train, so 4 consecutive bullseyes. Those pants must be special.
Indeed they are. They're beautiful. A 34-31 lead for the Magic Man.
So Casey's just got to focus up. He knows, just like every other competitor, you got to focus on that board. You can't focus on what the Magic Man's doing. A nice throw there by both competitors. It looks like that could be a bullseye there.
Bullseye,
And it
Casey?
is. So initially looked like a 5 there, Joey, but from the action cam got in there, saw it was popping through on the left-hand side of that red bullseye. So Casey able to make up a point with 3 throws to go.
He's hanging around.
Yep. And at some point, Joey, I mean, that's all you really need to do. Just give me a shot, They just hang around. Unfortunately, that looks like that could be a 4 there.
5 Matt. 4 Casey.
Oh, so quickly gives that point right back.
It's a 3-point lead now. Nines within striking distance, but he's probably going to have to go for a kill shot if he wants to get this one, the way Magic Man doesn't make mistakes.
Good point, Joey. Good point. You wonder if that's going through his mind right now. There's nothing like getting used to that high-pressure throw
Bullseye Matt.
in-game. You can practice it all you want on the practice on the throwing ranges, but doing it in-game is a completely different beast. That's why we've seen competitors like Eric the
All right,
Scope
last
and
throw, Matt's
Everett,
up by
Mr.
4.
Kill, and Chris the Dagger D'Onofrio go for it in a match because it is just a different feel.
Well, it doesn't look like Laser Wolf's going for the kill shot
No.
here. Just trying to get some good points on the board. Matt the Magic Man with another
4
win.
Casey.
His
Wow.
25th win of the season.
Matt.
We'll see if it's a bullseye to finish
Ooh.
it. It's a 5,
Good game.
but it's a round of
50 Casey,
55 for the
55
Magic Man. He gets the win over Casey Nines.
Well, models of consistency, Joey. I mean, Casey was coming in averaging about 50 points a game, and Matt was averaging about 55, 56 points per game. So each competitor right where they want to be as far as average score goes. Unfortunately for Casey, just a couple too many 4s on the scorecard allowed Matt to take the lead. And what a showing by Matt the Magic Man Bradshaw. Improves his record to 25-0. Not a single 4 on the board. You can see those 4 consecutive bullseyes. Just a tremendous job.
5 5s and 5 bullseyes for the Magic Man for a round of 55. That score is going to win you a lot of games in the postseason as the Magic Man looks to win another championship belt. Next up here on Battle Axe, Everett Shore, Mr. Kill, taking on Gina Feenstra.
All right, so Gina coming in at 5-19. Everett at 11-13. Both competitors doing a really nice job of eliminating the mistakes from their game.
4 Gina.
Well, nice start for Everett Shore. We'll see if it's a bullseye.
Yeah. 5
It's a 5. Didn't miss the bullseye by much, but he's out to a 1-point lead on Gina Feenstra.
Yeah, so as you can see, Everett's starting his transition into that 5 and 6 ring. He's trying to eliminate that 4. Gina's done a really nice job of eliminating the 2s, 3s, and the
4
drops.
Everett.
Kind of getting
5
stuck in that
Gina.
vortex a little bit, but a nice throw there to tie this thing up.
Gina Feenstra, 5-19 on the season. Everett Shore with an 11-13 record.
And something we've seen with Everett a little bit is his inconsistency
Gina
with his
for
release
Everett.
points. So we've seen him kind of get stuck in a little bit of rut every once in a while. Couple 4s there consecutively. And you can see Gina's kind of stretching on her shoulders. She's had some shoulder issues in the past as well. So I wonder if that shoulder's bugging her a little bit. Ooh.
4 Feenstra lucky to get that one to stick into the wood.
Yeah.
Feenstra
All
and
right,
Shore
fifth round,
stuck
you're
in the
tied at
vortex right
17.
now.
Yeah, she's taking a look here at the board. The players can request new boards if that's a little hard or if there's a chip in the board, but Gina gave it a once-over and determined it was okay. But as you said, Joey, lucky that stuck
5
in there.
Everett. 4 Gina.
Well, Everett Shore finally able to break out of the vortex. He throws a 5 to take a 1-point lead after the first half.
Yeah, so Gina coming in, averaging 34.8 points per game. Everett's averaging 47.3, so
4 Everett.
nice throw there
6
by Gina. She's on pace, Joey, to blow past her average score. So
And she takes a 1-point lead with that bullseye. 4 throws to go.
well, and this is the thing, Joey, as we were mentioning earlier, like with the playoff atmosphere, anybody can beat anybody, and that's what we're kind of
5
gearing
Gina,
up for
5
here. And
Everett.
So Gina's doing a really nice job of giving Everett a run for his money. Got a 1-point lead going into the 8th throw.
You can tell she is not intimidated by this stage and this moment one bit.
Yeah, but again, focusing on putting those positive points on the board, being in the driver's seat's so important to not let your opponent come back in the game. Couple fives, that's a great throw there by both competitors. Unfortunately for Everett, he was unable to make up a point. And you got to wonder if it's going through his brain right now, Joey, that kill.
Well, they don't call him Mr. Kill for nothing. He's not going for the kill shot here.
Nope. Nice throw there by Gina.
Five
It looks like
Gina.
that could be a 5 popping
Everett.
through on the left-hand side, and it is ruled a 5. But Everett's getting a closer look at it. Oh, man, that is ever so close, Joey.
Everett Shore, a man of integrity and honesty. He's going to let Jenny make the ruling here.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see it.
This is a very important call.
Yep, so you have to be able to see that natural wood color popping through on both sides of that blade.
I'm gonna say it's a 5.
So if it's on that black, so as you can see,
Yeah, you're good.
so it's determined to be a 5. So a 1-point game
All right, 1 second.
going into the 10th throw.
Everett looks like he's thinking about a kill shot. He's going to go for it.
Look at that. So he knows, look, he's been trading points with Gina this entire time. He's not going to get a mistake from her. So he has to be aggressive and go for that kill shot. Nice throw there by Gina. And
5 and
Everett is
0.
off the mark.
All right, good game.
Wow.
41
Quick game.
Everett, 47
Great round
Gina.
for Gina Feenstra. She gets the win over Everett Shore, 47-41.
New axe
Well,
work.
that's the beauty of playoff axe throwing, Joey. Where it's right around the corner. So Gina's stepping up her game, blowing past her average score of 34.8 with an impressive round of 47 to improve her record to 6-19. Everett falls to 11-14, but love that aggressive kill shot on the 10th throw, knowing that he was just trading points with Gina in those last, three or four throws. So he wasn't going to gain any ground on her, so he had to be aggressive and go for it. Unfortunately, he was off the mark, but for Gina, just a great job of consistent 4, 5s, and 6s. That 1-6 on the 6th throw there, but nice job all around.
Yeah, all of these players are playing in postseason form right now. We've only seen 2 threes the entire day so far. 4 matches down, 4 more to go here in week number 7. We'll be right back here on MC22 with more Battle Axe. Welcome back to Battle Axe here at the Bustin Axe Throwing Range in Dubuque, Iowa. I'm Joey Danya alongside Bobby Bradford. It's been a thrilling start to the final week of this 7-week regular season. We are itching to get that postseason field set for the double elimination tournament to crown a champion. We've still got 4 matches to go. We're going to bring you our 5th matchup of the day right now. Kyle Gall is going to take on Casey Laser Wolf Nines. We saw Nines come up a little short just a few moments ago against Matt the Magic Man Bradshaw. He's going to look to get back on track with a win here over Kyle Gall.
3 Kyle, 5
Yeah,
Casey.
so
Rough
not
start
the-
for Gall.
Not the start Kyle wants, coming in at 7-17. Kyle's trying to find that throw. Unfortunately for him, that's a 3, so a quick 2-point lead here for Casey Laser Wolf Nines. Good news for Kyle, though. He's got 9 more throws to go.
Got to have short memory. We'll see how he
4 Kyle,
responds.
5
He gets a
Casey.
4 there. Casey Nines, back-to-back 5s, quickly building a 3-point advantage.
Yeah, you can see Casey there with some authority on that throw. He is maybe taking that loss to Matt the Magic Man Bradshaw a little to heart.
Ooh.
4 and drop.
Well, things go from bad to worse for Kyle Gall. A devastating drop here on his 3rd throw.
Well, and that's something, Joey, we've unfortunately seen from Kyle throughout the league. He's just, those drops have really gotten to him. So just devastating to any player in any round. Nice response there. Looks like a 4. But yeah, you just dig yourself a hole, Joey. It's so hard to get out of.
Especially when you're going up against a competitor
5th
like
throw,
Casey
Casey's
Laser
up by
Wolf
7.
Nines. He's got a 7-point advantage.
So really important for Kyle, though, to just focus on that 5 and 6 ring. Look for some positives in this matchup. And a nice look at that, almost carbon copy throw by both
5
competitors.
Casey. 5 Kyle.
Wow.
Well, there's a nice response from Kyle Gall, his best throw of the day. But Casey Nines is locked in. He's got a 7-point lead heading into the second half.
Yeah, Casey Nines is really a man on a mission right now. But For Kyle right now, maybe you just want to find a positive in this match that you can take to other
5
matches.
Casey, 3
You
Kyle.
find that release point, find that mechanism where you can create that synapse in your brain where you can figure out that release point that you're looking for, and just take that over to the next matchup. So build and build and build.
That's what it's all about, getting that muscle memory going.
Nice throw
And
there by
having a
Kyle.
short memory when you make mistakes. And Kyle Gall responding nicely here. A bullseye, his first of the match. In fact, the first bullseye of this entire match.
There you go. So important for Kyle to remember that release point. That was a nice, solid bullseye. Looks like he released just a little bit too early.
Casey.
Casey able to take a point on him. So an 8-point lead going into the 9th throw for Casey Laserwolf Nines. But yeah, he's definitely in playoff form as Casey right now.
Had a round of 50 earlier in the
4-5,
loss to
Kyle.
the Magic Man. Going to come up a little short of that here in this
All
matchup
right,
with
last
Kyle
throw,
Gall.
Casey's up by 7.
Yeah,
But he's going to get the win.
he's going to get the win. But again, Kyle just got to focus on that board, focus on that release point. When he releases it properly, Joey,
5 Casey, 4 Kyle.
it's a really nice throw. It's just a little too erratic
All
right now.
good game. 38 Kyle, 46
So Casey Nines, the victor over Kyle Gall, 46-38.
Well, so each competitor, Kyle coming in, averaging a round of 40 for each round, throws a 38. Unfortunately for him, that drop on the third throw really affected his score, so he could have been above his average score had he hit that on that third throw. But too many threes, too many fours, and for Casey, I'm sure he's looking at this scorecard, Joey, and he wants to see less fours, more bullseyes, because that's not going to get it done in the playoffs.
Yeah, Casey knows he can play much better. He just did a few moments ago
Correct.
against the Magic Man. He's got to get rounds of 50 if he wants to make a run at his first championship belt. Well, we've got another match ready to go here on Battle Axe. Chris the Dagger D'Onofrio, our first look at him here in week number 7, and our first look at Cody Yoakum. This should be a good one.
Oh, absolutely. Two of the top competitors in the league. Chris coming in at 22-2, Cody at 15-9. And then, of course, Chris averaging 52.8 points per game, Joey. Very impressive round so far. And then Cody not far behind at 48 points per game. So Chris with a nice bullseye to start off the match.
D'Onofrio, the second leading scorer in the Battle Axe field, right behind Matt the Magic Man Bradshaw.
Just a gorgeous throw there by Chris. A nice flush bullseye.
Cody.
And unfortunately for Cody, it is another 4. So quickly a 4-point lead for Chris the Dagger D'Onofrio and a chance at a unicorn to start off the match.
Cody Yoakum going to have to dig deep and get some 5s and 6s going.
Wow. Just another. Looks like that's a bullseye. I guess we're going to have to get a closer look at that
Cody.
action cam.
Bullseye Chris.
And it's ruled a bullseye. So a unicorn to start off the match, Joey.
Well, what a magical start for Chris the Dagger D'Onofrio. He's got a 5-point lead.
Yeah, we're talking about being in playoff form. Chris is definitely in playoff form right now. Just a solid release point. Another bullseye, Joey.
Bullseye.
And a bullseye there for Cody as well. So it's got to be just devastating, though, to throw a
Alright.
bullseye and then
Fifth
look
throw,
over and
Chris
see
is
that your
up by
opponent's
5.
throwing 4 consecutive bullseyes.
Yeah, you've thrown nothing but 4s, 5s, and 6s, but you're down by 5 points after the first 4 throws.
Yep.
Chris D'Onofrio just making it look so
Bullseye
easy
Chris.
right now.
Yeah, he's just pouring it on, Joey. And as you can see, he's not missing that spot by much. I mean, it's pretty much all right around that same little space that he's been working with. So a commanding 6-point lead going into the 6th throw. Nothing but bullseyes so far.
Looking for back-to-back unicorns. Switching sides took him out of the rhythm just a little bit.
5 Cody.
Just enough.
Chris D'Onofrio is human.
Cody unable to capitalize. Throwing a nice game, though, so far. But, again, Chris is just on another level right now. But for Cody, he knows he's just got to focus on that 5 and 6 ring. Get his game ready for the playoffs. Just another nice bullseye there by Chris.
Bullseye Chris, 4 Cody.
Unfortunately for Cody. Too many 4s on the scorecard here.
Well, D'Onofrio starting to run away with this one.
Yep. So Chris just has an incredible routine that he's clearly perfected. Looks like a 5, and you can see he's shaking his head. 5s now to the dagger are a mistake.
Yeah, you know you're playing well when you look over at D'Onofrio, and he's genuinely disappointed by those fives.
Exactly. And I think I just saw him call for the kill shot here, Joey. So knowing that he has this game pretty much locked up, he's going to get some kill shot practice going. Oh,
wow.
Wow.
Kill shot.
Chris D'Onofrio has ice in his veins right now. He can't miss.
All right, last
He's
throw,
going again.
Chris is up by 12.
Now you got to wonder, okay, yeah, good. Cody's going as well. Got to love this, Joey. This is playoff atmosphere.
This is some fine battle axe right now.
Absolutely. So Cody's going to take this opportunity to get some kill shot practice in during a game. Chris, not far off by much. And then Cody
So Chris, kill shot. Cody.
nails the kill
Good job.
shot.
All right,
Wow.
good game. 50,
What a fun
Cody,
one this
54,
was. Chris D'Onofrio with an impressive round. He gets the win 54-50.
Well, Joey, this is a great example of working on things in match. All right, so Cody, he knew this game was out of reach. He couldn't go for it. So what he did is he decided to go for the kill shot, and was rewarded with a nice flush kill shot on his 10th throw that will probably come in handy come the playoff time. But what can you say about Chris the Dagger D'Onofrio? I mean, all sixes, a couple fives, 8, and of course a missed kill shot on the 10th, but still an impressive round of 54. So he's one to look out for come playoff time.
D'Onofrio playing like a man possessed to get that championship belt. He improves to 23-2 on the season. We've got much more Battle Axe still to come here in this final week of the regular season. We'll bring it to you straight ahead right here on MC22. Welcome back to Battle Axe. It's the final week of this 7-week regular season leading up to the double elimination postseason tournament to crown a champion. I'm Joey Danya alongside Bobby Bradford here at the Bustin Axe Throwing Range in Dubuque, Iowa. 6 matches down, and we have saved 2 of the very best matches for last. Casey Laserwolf Nines ready to take on Chris the Dagger D'Onofrio. We just saw D'Onofrio put up an impressive round of 54. Could have been 62. He just missed a kill shot on the final throw. He's on fire here in Week 7.
He is on fire. He's a man on a mission, and
Five,
as well
Casey?
as Casey Laserwolf 9. So it looks like a 5 and could be a bullseye there for Chris to start the match.
Bullseye,
But
Chris.
yeah, just a tremendous showing by Chris in his last match. And Casey, of course, is looking to kind of find that 5 and 6 ring a little bit more. Kind of getting stuck in that vortex a little too much.
Yeah, Casey Nines put up a round of 50 and a loss to the Magic Man. Then he had a round of 46 and a win over Kyle Gall. He's going to look to finish on a real strong note here in week number 7, bring a win and some momentum into the postseason, and what a win this would be if he could take down the Dagger.
Yeah, well, so far, I mean, Chris with the bullseye and then the 5. After a couple throws, not looking nearly as locked in as he was, but, I mean, it's hard to take that kind of mental focus from game to game.
5 Casey, 5 Chris.
So a couple 5s there, so Casey only down by 1 going into the 4th throw. We saw Chris kind of get a little upset with himself with a couple 5s in his last matchup, so I'm assuming he's none too pleased right now. Nice 5 there by Casey. And whoa,
5 Casey, 4 Chris.
wow. So a rare 4 for Chris the Dagger
All right,
D'Onofrio,
fifth
so
throw,
we
and
are
you're
all
tied
tied
at
up going
20?
into the 5th throw, Joey.
He was so locked in just one match ago. This is hard to believe, but Chris the Dagger D'Onofrio in a nail biter here with Casey Nines.
So looks like that's
5
a
Chris.
5 for Chris. That could be a bullseye there for Casey.
5 Casey.
Ooh, and it's a 5, so that was very, very, very close.
So close.
So it's all tied at 25 after the first half of this one. We'll see if switching sides can get Chris the Dagger D'Onofrio going.
Oh, and Casey just holding on to the axe a
Casey,
little bit
Chris.
too much. So a 4 there. So how quickly it can turn. You can see how devastating those 4s can be, Joey, when you're playing a competitor the caliber, the likes of Chris the Dagger D'Onofrio.
And right on cue, the Dagger throws a bullseye to take a 2-point lead.
So that axe
Or
getting
Casey,
away from
bullseye,
Casey,
Chris.
he was so, you can see he's a little frustrated with himself as well because he was so locked into that 5 ring, and those 5s, Joey, can quickly turn into 6s, but he can't afford those 4s.
Switching sides took Casey out of his rhythm a little bit for D'Onofrio. It got him going. He's going for a unicorn here.
Looks like he got it, too. Looks like it's
Bullseye,
popping
Casey.
through.
Bullseye, Chris.
So
Couple of bullseyes from nines in D'Onofrio. Another unicorn for Chris the Dagger D'Onofrio. He's got a 4-point lead with 2 throws to go.
and he's going for it. Looks like he just called for the kill shot. So even
Wow.
with a 4-point lead, being aggressive, going for that kill shot.
Very aggressive.
Exactly. So a nice, looks like a bullseye there for Casey, and it looks like that could be a kill shot maybe on the right-hand side, but we have to get a,
0, Chris.
it's ruled as 0, so
He
not,
just missed it.
didn't miss it by much. So now Casey Laserwolf Nines has a 2-point
All
lead
right,
going
last
into the 10th
Casey's
throw.
up by 2.
Well, that's a high-risk, high-reward situation for D'Onofrio.
It is a very high risk. I think, Joey, I think he called for it again. So aggressive moves. It looks like a 5 there for Casey, and it looks like
Wow.
the dagger might have it from the bottom, and it is.
That is why they call him the
All right,
Dagger.
Bustin.
A kill shot
50 Casey at
for the
51,
win.
Chris.
D'Onofrio gets the victory, 51-50.
Wow, and he needed it, too, because Casey threw a 5 on his 10th throw for a round of 50, but ice in his veins, getting ready for those playoff throws. Chris the Dagger D'Onofrio going for the kill shot on the 9th and 10th throw. Just an impressive round, kind of really turned the ship after that 3 consecutive 6s there. And then, of course, the kill shot to win it on the 10th throw. But for Casey, consistent start to this match, inconsistent finish. You can see there a couple 4s and a couple 6s, but a nice round of 50. Should be fun to watch in the playoffs.
As should D'Onofrio. He's got that kill shot going right now. Very aggressive in this matchup with Casey Nines. He had a 4-point lead when he decided to go for a kill shot on the 9th throw. Here's D'Onofrio on this thrilling finish.
That was a good match. I had no idea what the score was, to be totally honest. Through that 4, I'm just like, geez, here we go again. Stupid 4s. And I mean, tonight I'm going up every single one tonight, just to get that practice in. I do already have my scores for the season, so tonight is just kind of a fun night for me.
Well, Chris D'Onofrio seems to be having fun. Another win, and this one comes in thrilling fashion with a kill shot on the final throw.
It's always fun to win, Joey.
Well, now the matchup we've been waiting all season for. Brandon Feenstra taking on Matt Thunder Haas.
Well, as you can see, Joey, we have saved the best for last. This matchup that we've been waiting and hoping was going to happen is our final treat right before the double elimination tournament.
4 and 4.
Matt the Thunder Haas coming in at 16-8, facing his arch nemesis, Brandon Feenstra, coming in at 9-15.
And Matt Thunder Haas, he doesn't care about the wins and losses
No.
until this one. This is what he's been playing all season for. He's been coming for Brandon Feenstra.
4 Matt.
And a
Bullseye.
bullseye
Brandon.
there for Brandon. So Brandon will not be intimidated. He will not be pushed around. So a 2-point lead going into the third throw. You just wonder what's going through each competitor's head right now, Joey.
Yeah, to be standing so close to your arch nemesis here in the final week of the regular season, it doesn't get better than this. The Battle Axe scheduling gods
4 Brandon.
certainly are shining down here on the Bustin Axe Throwing Range.
Yeah, as you can see, though, the Thunder is, he is no nonsense right now. He is visibly upset. He doesn't want to be standing this close to Brandon, but he's got a mission. He's got to take him down. And as you can see, Brandon, though, just cool, calm, and collective. He's not going to be intimidated by Matt the Thunder
5
Haas.
Brandon.
Now, nice 5 there. So popping through on the left-hand side of that blade.
Look at that look from Matt
Matt.
Thunder Haas. Just stone cold.
Stone cold. He's
All right.
getting
fifth
stuck in
throw,
this vortex,
Brandon's up
though.
by
He's got a
3.
3-point deficit going into the 5th throw, so he needs to turn it on right now.
Ooh, what
wow.
a devastating drop for
Oh.
Matt Thunder Haas.
Wow. So already a deficit.
4 Brandon.
And a 4 for Brandon, so Brandon has a 7-point lead going into the turn here, Joey. Matt, the Thunder Haas, needs a miracle. You can see he's so locked in, he's kind of forgetting that he needs to switch sides.
Well, they do touch tips of the axes, so a little bit of sportsmanship from these two rivals.
Oh, and
Matt,
Brandon
bullseye,
pouring it
Brandon.
on, though, with a bullseye there to take a 9-point lead going into the 7th throw. So Matt is going to need Brandon to make a mistake, but so far, Brandon not giving in.
Brandon Feenstra has been hearing the trash talk from
2
Matt
4
Thunder Haas
Brandon.
all season long, and he is unfazed by it.
Yeah, he's pouring it on right now. So Matt with an unfortunate 2 on his 7th throw, an 11-point lead. he's got to do some work. I wonder if he's going to think about going for a kill shot.
It would be his only chance really here to get back into this one because Brandon Feenstra is locked in.
And just when Matt throws his first bullseye of the game, Brandon says, I can do that too.
An 11-point lead for Feenstra. 2 throws to go.
You can see the smirk on Brandon's face. He knows he's got him right where he wants him.
4 and 4. For Brandon.
Looks like they're going to get a
3 Matt.
closer look. It looks like it's a 3 there, so a 12-point lead now for Brandon.
All right, last
I
throw.
wonder if
Brandon's
Brandon's thinking about going for a
12.
kill shot.
Who would have thought that this is how this one would play out?
Yeah, you can see
Brandon Feenstra. He's
4
been
and 4.
quiet all season, but he's letting his game
All right,
speak
good
here
game.
tonight.
35 Matt,
He gets a
47
big win
Brandon.
over Matt Thunderhaas, 47 to 35.
Oh, and you can see, oh, wow. So shrugging him off at the end. So Matt the Thunderhaas falls to 16-9 with a round of 35. Just a devastating drop on the 5th throw. Was never really able to recover. As you can see, mentally, I'm sure he was shook. There's a 2 on the 7th throw and a 3 on the 9th throw. So a lot of emotions in this matchup, a lot on the table, and that can get to any competitor, Joey.
Matt Thunderhaas got to be taking this one hard. This is the match that he wanted more than anything, and he comes up incredibly short. Just an awful performance. Let's throw it down to Matt Thunderhaas and get his thoughts on what went wrong here.
Some of us actually have to work for a living, Shoveled 7 hours straight, nonstop, filled a whole dump truck by myself. He sits in his office and watches YouTube, so a little bit difference in how we work throughout the day. I am absolutely exhausted. I actually considered not showing up tonight, but the Thunder has to roll, so.
Well, the Thunder, awfully quiet tonight. Brandon Feenstra getting the win, 47-35. What a finish to this regular season, and now it's time for the postseason. But first, time for our postgame wrap-up. After 7 weeks, the regular season is in the books, and Matt Bradshaw finishes the regular season unbeaten, 28-0, averaging 55.6 points per game. Behind Bradshaw, it's Chris D'Onofrio, averaging 53 points per. Behind D'Onofrio, it's Casey Nines, Hannah Brussel, Cody Yoakum, Eric Schizzle, Stephanie Prine, Brandon Feenstra, Sarah Fitting, and Matt the Thunder Haas. Can't wait for the postseason. We'll bring it to you next time here on MC22. Signing off from the Bustin Axe Throwing Range, this is Joey Dania for Bobby Bradford. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again soon here on Battle Axe.